Spain, Portugal and France are just starting to emerge from a state of emergency that plunged their cities into chaos today after a widespread blackout that disrupted the lives of millions. The blackouts caused not only darkness, but payments, medical services and transport were also affected. Peak hour was particularly chaotic, with traffic jams making the commute home a nightmare for workers. And when the power was finally switched back on after hours in Lisbon, Portugal, the people rejoiced. Eagle-eyed commentators are saying this wasn't just a chance blackout. While some are saying it could have been caused by a cyber attack, and Portugal's grid operator is saying it was due to a rare atmospheric phenomenon, others are saying the timing of the blackout just doesn't add up. This commentator said, Spain launched an experiment on April 16th to generate all power for the entire Iberian Peninsula only through renewable energy sources such as wind, solar and hydro. Today, their power grid collapsed, leaving Spain, Portugal and France with the largest blackout ever. This commentator agreed, saying, the entire nation of Spain and the entire nation of Portugal are without electricity right now. Completely unprecedented. Spain wants to keep shutting down their coal-powered energy plants so they can please Greta Thunberg. And now they've effed around and found out. And author and journalist Michael Schellenberger agrees, saying renewables don't risk blackouts, said the media. But they did and they do. The physics are simple. And now, as blackouts in Spain strand people in elevators, jam traffic and ground flights, it's clear that too little inertia due to excess solar resulted in system collapse. This Spanish commentator slammed her Prime Minister after 8 hours without electricity.
I've been alive for 25 years and we never had a complete blackout, not for 1 minute. And now this is happening when the Prime Minister of Spain is an openly fan and puppet of George Soros and a fellow follower of the Agenda 2030. Smells fishy to me, don't you think? I'm very afraid this is the beginning of something much bigger and worse. So, pray for Spain. We are very doomed.
And this commentator slammed Europe's net zero agenda, blaming it for the chaos.
What's going on? Is this a cyber attack or is it something as innocent as grid failure? Because if it is, it should make us think twice about the net zero agenda that is pushing towards full and total just electricity powered functioning of society, essentially, because they want to get rid of anything fossil fueled. Scary. This is Europe 2025. We should be a developed continent and 3 major countries have zero electricity right now. I hope this gets fixed soon because, like I said, we have to pray for the people there because chaos erupts very, very soon when everything stops working.
The US Energy Secretary Chris Wright also weighed in with some expert opinion and a backhanded stab at the EU.
Exactly. It's very sad to see what's happened to Portugal and Spain and so many people there. But, when you hitch your wagon to the weather, it's just a risky endeavor. And in the best, and that's in the worst case, but even in the standard operating conditions, it's just driven up the price of energy so much in Europe. Brian, one of the things I said in my speech today to the Central European nations was to point out that 15 years ago, energy wasn't that much more expensive in Europe than it was in the United States, and our economies were hrroughly the same size, 25% of global GDP. And if you look at that today, the U.S. has gone up to 28%, and Europe has shrunk to 18%. That's a pretty dramatic divergence in 15 years. And I think the biggest driver of that by far is just getting energy wrong. If you choose to have expensive, unreliable energy, you can't have a thriving economy, and you reduce the life opportunities for your citizenship. It's a choice, but it's a bad choice.